Actually, the funny thing is those bylaw officers, when they were like saying you have to get off the street and stop playing, I was like, sure, I'll stop. I said, by the way, if you weren't doing this job, would you like what I was playing? It's like, sure, yeah, I like music. It's like, okay, what's your favorite? Just curious, I'm gonna stop. What's your favorite song? And it said Stairway to Heaven. I'm like, so you mean this song? And then they started listening. It's like, okay, you have to stop now. And I was like, but which guy? Are you the bylaw officer or the guy that likes music? Okay, I'm gonna stop now. But I mean, that's the thing, right? You can bridge all worlds with music. And it's funny to see with that song too. Was I didn't really want to learn that song, but in high school, everyone's just like, "Can you play Stairway to Heaven?" Like, I don't know what that song is. It's like every day. It's like, "Can you play that song?" It's like, why does everyone keep asking me? What is that song?
Do you know any
I don't
Jimi
know what that
Hendrix?
is. I was only playing. I used to know more, but I pretty much don't play very much. Have you seen the Hearts version of that?
No.
Stairway to Heaven? Look it up on YouTube. If you're a Heart fan, you'll probably cry.
Sure.
You'll be like, oh my
I
god,
like
this
to
is so
cry.
good. And actually, Led Zeppelin is in the audience too, and they get a standing ovation. And like Heart gets a standing ovation by all those people.
Things on my
Butterflies and zebras. this friend that he thought he had a learning disability. He was always like hyperactive or whatever, but he just had this other kind of like learning, or just this other kind of mind. He worked for IBM.
You were what?
IBM for like as a programmer tech guy. But everyone said you're not really gonna amount to anything because you're dumb, like when he was a kid.
Oh, that's
But then I realized he just had a learning disability. But after that, it's like, no, not that I have a learning disability. I connect things different from everyone else.
Right?
Like I'm bored. He's just like, I'm usually bored because I already solved things, but I don't want to tell you because then you're gonna think like you're just like sharpshooting me or something. And it was cool because I never actually had this conversation with a friend of mine. It's like, why is this guy my friend? Like he unicycles. He lives in the Kensington Lofts.
I think
actually.
I've seen him unicycle.
Yeah, and he's got that reputation for the highest unicycle. He's the guy that rides the highest unicycle, like 12. So it's always fun. Yeah, because 90s. That's how you learn guitar, right? You're just like, what's on the radio? And all of it, to me, all of it is healing. This can be healing, right, for somebody. Mm-hmm. Like anything can be good or anything can be bad, but if you don't balance it, it can be bad for you now. If you eat too many oranges, that's bad for you because you need to eat something else, right? So like this isn't wrong, and like anything's not wrong. Just like, are you balanced in it? Or do you know you had too much?
So
some people are like, yeah, I do know I had too much, and they keep going, and you're like, man, I saw you like 3 days ago, and you know you shouldn't have done that, and you kept doing it. And I'm like, trying not to laugh at him, but I'm like, you signed up for this. And they're like, I know, help me.
So you don't play with any substances?
No.
At all?
I mean, I used to just dabble in it, and this is where I realized, like, when on your alone time, like, usually if I had a girlfriend or someone that was like into something, I'm like, yeah, whatever, we're in Rome, right? But then it's like, you know what? I'm already there. And it's funny, like, she would be like, for instance, like mushrooms, psychedelics, or whatever, and I'm just like doing nothing. And she's talking to me, and it's funny. She's like, "You make more sense when I'm high." And I'm like laughing, and I'm like, "What does that mean?"
So interesting.
It's like but when I'm high, like no one can catch up with me because I'm already just like I'm going in the future, really.
Okay.
So I know there's just. Like you've done something so much, you just tap into it, right? Like when you're playing music, you just have to play it for a bit until you get lost. And that's the same thing with this, like so you can get lost in this. But for me now, I know after going and traveling in all these different places, it just goes back to like, where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing this for?
Are you
like, what's your journey? What's this for? Did you learn enough from this now? So with everything, you grow out of it, I guess, right? And it's like, there's nothing else. I can't do any more of anything else to know. For me, like to get there on my own accord, my own like decision, like that's the best way because I can just have it anytime, not dependent on. And I'm always like, don't want to be on an external. I want to like from the inside out.
Do you meditate?
Oh yeah, like all the time, pretty much. Yeah, music is my meditation, right? Mm-hmm. Like anything is art is, and it only took me a while to realize like that's why art makes me happy because like everything's fine, even like I'm just remembering a quote from there's this book that somebody wrote about Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee never smoked and he never like did any substances or whatever, right? Because he wants to take care of his body. He wants to be like, he's all energy chi guy, right? He can like hit you from this point and you go flying because he knows how to tap into that and go.
Yeah.
But
mind power.
But that's just the way of, that's another mode of being, you can take that to anything. So, you know, fire spin, I've been hanging out with martial artists and this kind of thing. Like, I know that's real. Like we've done things, you don't have to tell everybody, but when you need it, use it by all means, right? If it's really good.
Yeah.
But then I read this book where the foreword was by Linda Lee. So she's just like, okay, I'm saying this book is okay to release because The Widow. There was an interesting section. My favorite part when Bruce Lee was talking about music and he loved the Beatles. He would be singing in the car to whoever, like Steve McQueen or whoever he was trying to make a movie with. And he liked singing, but apparently he probably didn't have a good singing voice. So everyone always told him to shut up. So it's just a funny thing, right? To have a perspective on this person. When you say Bruce Lee, you just think of him beating everyone up. But this book was so interesting because it's like, what else did Bruce Lee do? It's like, well, he liked singing Yesterday in the car, but then if he did it too loud, people were just like, oh, that's horrible. Can you please stop? And he doesn't care because Bruce Lee, are you going to stop me? And I sing as loud as I can, horribly. So I'm like, this is funny. This is like the human side of Bruce Lee. And that's still playing into it, where it's just like, hey, Bruce Lee, shut up. We hate your singing voice. But it's like, no. You're going to stop me? I don't think you could, so I'm going to sing anyway. But he's just like, okay, I'm not the greatest singer, but I still like it. Right? And then there was a section where he was talking about he ate a weed brownie once, and it was so interesting to read that. I was like, Bruce Lee eats a weed brownie, and he's just like, it was the best way to do it because, you know, I don't smoke things. I believe that'll ruin my training or whatever. And so when he did it, he said it was the only time like time stood still for me, because usually I'm so busy. I always feel like I have to I'm challenged, or I'm challenging someone, or someone's like waiting to fight me. My whole being is like, I'm that fighter, and people want to, if I beat you, I have a title. And he's like, when I did that, I kind of just like melted away, and I was like, oh, there's another place where I don't have to be Bruce Lee waiting to get like, hey, make a movie, hey, can you go beat that guy up? Or like he'll talk about he's in a noodle house or something, right? He's like trying to eat his noodles, and the little kid's like, you're not so tough, and like kicking his shin under the table while he's trying to eat like noodles. And then Bruce is just like, oh, silly kid, when's he gonna stop? He's just like, I'm better than you, I'm gonna beat up Bruce Lee. And it's like, that's like a trip, right? Like that's what it's like being him. You're walking around, that's who you are. So it's funny. Like, that's what I like meditation for, or that's how we treat people. Like, you can be this. I see more than that all the time. But if you only want to give me a certain amount, that's what you're doing. And I'll try to respect your identity bubble, right? But I don't think that's real, right?
This is an emergency. We're shot down in the dark. They did it 'cause they paid a fee. Now there's nothing to die for. All the kids from miles around are fools in paradise. Don't know about the pirate sound. Oh, the scene is an eyesore. Coming back, we fly away. Georgia coming, so I live to see another day. All I think about if I were just to run away, but I come back to love you. I don't wanna change your world, only when it starts pretending. Would you say come again? Would you say come again now? Nothing left but let it burn. I only hope we're all ascending high. Would you say come again? Would you say come again now?
It's funny, I haven't really really tempted to play that very much. But I like, see, when I like things for the melody, and I'm like, that's interesting. I just like how that goes, right? And like to play that and sing it, you're like, that's what I mean. You end up in your own high with that. You're like, whoa, that's what it feels like. That's so weird.
Your sense of style? Have you always had this own sense of style?
Oh yeah, I mean everything's with intention. Like this
Yeah,
is
for
like
sure.
Vibration of the one. Like everything has a vibration, so
Yeah.
this makes sense to sort of talk in the higher sphere of stuff, in the higher level. It's purple. There's this kind of like maroon with a it's like a deep red, or
Yeah.
maybe deep love or deep, compassion or something. And it's like what the Buddhists, like monks and Tibet monks wear, right? So I always like doing this color experiment where I was like, doing a lot of meditation. I was like, okay, when I wear white, it's a symbol of purity and a lot of things. Like you get married, you wear white, you weren't married before. So it's all these symbolism. In yoga, there's a practice that after you meditate or take a shower, just yogi techniques, like wear all white, like right after, and then you'll just feel like everything's like clear and everything's like pure, right? So, I mean, with anything, there's a level of purity with everything, right? But with that, there is really something to it because we're sensory beings, right? So even sound, there's certain colors with certain notes. So it's fun to experiment in that, right? And depending which belief systems, like, oh, this note correlates to this sign, and if you're this sign, we resonate at blue, and that resonates to the throat chakra, and then so that's blue.
Yeah.
I get a sense of people, and that's why it's good to be clear for me, because like you can call it in the in the 60s there's the indigo children or the hippie children or whatever, or Jimi Hendrix or whatever. That's why I always get that vibe, because I'm like, well, I'm not him, but I'm in his universe, right?
Yeah.
Like we've met.
You've met him, right? Musically.
Where we're in the same vibration of what we're doing. So that's why I called myself that, right? Like it's the code for integrity. There's more than this, but I'm only gonna give people so much. But if they look into it more, they might be like, is there something? Are you doing this because there's like, I don't know.
You think there might be a reincarnation thing, or is that possible? I can't remember when you died.
That's an interesting one, because I think the spirit of things lives on through everything. So everyone that plays guitar, like when I didn't know any Jimi Hendrix song, people get angry. They're like, they would say, how can you play guitar? How can you call yourself a guitarist if you don't even know one song?
I have an idea.
And I'm like, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just don't know that song. Still a guitarist.
The guitar that you have, does it play acoustic? Or is it
It's acoustic. It might be sound.
If my friend comes when you're still here, could you sing Happy Birthday with us?
We can figure it out.
Surprise her.
Yeah.
In your own way, because she likes.
He's like, I don't know how to play Happy Birthday, but I'll have to figure it out.
Show him your guitar.
Everybody's like, but that's the fun song lately on the street, because it's like, look, this is a fun song whenever the sun comes out, right? And everyone always laughs. But I mean, that everything's intention, right? I looked at this, it was broken or whatever, and I just put my hand on it, and I was like, you will be something.
Really? Also, it was
and then I just look, that's my artistic process, right? It's like, what do I want from this? Because the more you just accept your creator artist side, like Natasha's like that too, the girl you met. She's like, I want to do this big painting with all these things, and I look at that stuff like, holy moly, all this stuff you put in there. But I don't do that, right? She's done it a million times. She paints really big and she gets done really quick. But I mean, I feel like I'm sort of in a similar space with music, right? Where it's like, oh, I can just like play around the notes. The notes are. But literally, I just found that interesting, right? Because it's just like, I like that little thing. So it's like, let's learn the song. That's how like funny I am. And then it's like, there's that really funny harpsichord solo, and it's like, shit.
You'll hear something you like want to figure it out.
Yeah, that's how musicians are. It's like. Still new.
What's the story behind like what you did to it? What's your inspiration?
Part of it was the other guitar, because the other guitar's intention was the like earth intention, like the vibration of trees, and I had this Sanskrit word on my other guitar that said samadhi, so like the state of bliss. So it's like I'm always trying to reach the state of bliss in music. But that actually was inspired by Samadhi Tea House that closed down, and I used to have tea there all the time. I drew this picture of this tree in the shape of the Sanskrit word Samadhi, and there was an art show and I put my art up. And so he said, like I was scared. It was like I don't do art anymore, and he's like, oh, I didn't know you did art. Like you should put art in my art show. I was like, no, I don't do that anymore. But he saw it's like, oh, you need to do that again because that's not alive right now. Like they kept like in his own way, like, okay, there is a spot for you if you want. You don't have to. But that wall, if you have art, you can fill the whole wall. But if you only have one, you can just put one thing. And I said, but I don't have anything. It's like, why don't you start drawing tomorrow? Like it's like in a month from now. No pressure. And I'm like,
right?
And then I did. And then that was inspired me to get back in the creative zone. So then I redrew that on my guitar, and then I put all this wax on top on it. It was beeswax. So my first guitar was like earth. It's funny, I went home yesterday and I left my laptop on. It was just playing all my music. Not so loud, but enough to be like, oh, I guess it's busy in there listening to all this music. It's like Michael Jackson. It was like all this stuff. And then it went to the Smashing Pumpkins, and it was funny. It was just like, oh, I remember this. Like, you know, it's like...
Let's hear some stuff.
Oh, this is a fun one. Stumbling. Guitars always go out of tune, so if you you can meet some musicians who are crazy. There's like, I have perfect pitch, and they grab your guitar and like, no. Let me do it.
Oh, really?
Sure, whatever.
No. Like, I'll do better.
But I tune in different frequencies and tunings all the time, so
Yeah.
everyone, it's funny on the street, the guitarists are like, what's going on over there? It's like, yeah, it's weird. If you're a standard guy. But yeah, I think everyone should play music, right? Because it just teaches you how to listen, pretty much.
It teaches you how to listen.
Just listen.
And you have training in classical music.
I just played flute as a kid. I was just always interested in stuff. I didn't really have any formal training except for like middle school,
Yeah.
but it wasn't guitar or anything. I was like,
Were you as experimental when you were a kid with music?
I was that synthesizer kid. Going.
Okay.
I guess piano was the first one where I was like, let's experiment with the melodies. This is what I was doing on the street before. My friend was selling paintings on the street, and then it was like night. I didn't want to be too noisy, so it just like, what sounds can I? So this, and my friend who's an ambient musician, that's where we just like make noises, right? So I was just going. People are walking around. And,
It's a nice sound though.
One piece of toast is going to be one serving spread. That's what I like. I don't need any cream. Just put on a spoon. You're good to go. That's all. I can't bag up downstairs, all right?
love Radiohead.
That's
I saw
funny.
Radiohead in concert
Oh, you
when I
did?
went.
Yeah, I saw him a long time ago too. That's like the song when I don't know what to do, and it's like it's too quiet on the street, and I don't know what they're gonna think about this.
Do you ever go one day without playing your guitar?
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, yeah, it was probably like yesterday, and then I was
What's
like,
the
okay, that's
longest
it.
break you've taken?
A month.
A month?
When I went on a trip, right, I couldn't bring it with me, but then I just met people on the beach. Went to Spain, I'm like, man, I haven't played guitar in a month. And then it's just like, all those guys on the beach have a guitar. And I slowly like... And as a guitarist too, you can tell when someone's just veering closer to you. I'm like, either this guy is interested, or he's a guitar player, or he hasn't played guitar in a while, and he's waiting to see if he can play guitar. And then you're just like, here, man. Just like people. Never in tune.